Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It's Thursday, it's June 4th, and it is 3:20 in the a.m. I'm about ready to get into my paperwork because I have a ton of it today. But I wanted to address a message. Gotta love the messages. It was a message that posed two questions. And it's a message from someone close. And I'm going to answer it. You know, I wish he would have asked me in person, but hey, here we are. First message was, when did you become so militant? The second question was, why is everything black and white? I'm going to answer the latter first. Everything has become so black and white because I'm watching way too many people that have been in my circle, that I have supped with. You know, the other day I heard a quote that says, you're either at the table or you're on the menu. I'm living that out right now, knowing that too many people that I've shared communion with, if you will, remain silent with the insanity, the injustice. Yeah, but I don't know what to do. Why do you I don't understand how you not know what to do when you see wrong. I'm not saying put on a cape and swoop down to save people. I'm saying speak up. Wrong is wrong. You do have a voice. You use it any other time you want something. But all of a sudden, now you're rendered speechless and helpless. How can I help? Why are you asking me? What's on your heart? See, what you find yourself doing, you'll find your passion in. So I guess a lot of folks have the passion of sitting on their butts. I'm not that kid. You know, I remember somebody saying something that pissed me off to the maximum level of pacificity. And I fired off an epistle. And I let it be known right then and there. And I quote, my mama did not raise any back of the bus children. And you need to know that. My people, and I identify heavily with my maternal side of the family, weren't back of the bus people. And for those of you who don't know, you know, we have a family book. I've talked about this genealogy book. I want to say the color chart for my family ranges from chalk to charcoal. And then I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and we were talking about family, and somebody said, you know, that the family doesn't identify as black. It's like, this particular person, is a grandma in a situation. Now they have this adopted, you know how black folks take folks in, son and daughter. You have the title. Daughter is Asian Pacific Islander. Okay. But you're calling this person your mama. So you're black. If you have black characteristics in culture, and you're acculturated black, you know, that saying you're invited to the cookout, this is the person that you identify as your mother. One drop. That one drop rule. Anywho, that applies. That still applies, y'all. If it didn't, we wouldn't have terms like wigger. Let's get to the first question. When did you become so militant? Baby, I have been militant since the age of 8. I've shared this story. My mother was taking a black lit class. I read books like nobody's business. She left a lot of her textbooks in the family bookcase. I've read Letters from Soledad Prison. I've read Soul on Ice. I have tons of books on early black lit. I've read Uncle Tom's Cabin, which is written in dialect. I had to go to my father to help me break down the dialect because my father is from the South. My mother's family is a little bit more bougie, but I read those books. I read the autobiography of Malcolm X at an early age. You know, I recommend Why We Can't Wait by Dr. Martin Luther King. I recommend that wholeheartedly. And now I believe the title should be Why We Won't Wait. We're always asked to, hold on, we'll get to you. Everything that people died for in 1964 was recently undone by the Supreme Court. Undone. People died for that. And if you recall, if you go back to some of my older videos, I warned people that, oh, we have the Civil Rights Voting Act. That was never fully ratified. That was never fully embraced. Certain portions of that would come up for re-ratification. And for the folk, we live in what the hell is a post-racial society? Post means we've gone through it and it's done. Post means after. So, what was fixed if it was so easily undone? What was fixed if we continue to see, the N word being hurled about, or microaggressions and just flat out aggressions? A young black man was recently shot in the back. He was accused of stealing. He was not stealing. The man who shot him walked. We've had that with Tamir Rice. We've had that with Latasha Harlins. And in all three instances, it was people of different nationalities who had learned to hate the black folks. Two of the killers were Asian. Now, Asian Pacific Islanders were also aligned with the Black Panther Party at some point in time. What happened? See, one of the things I've learned in my schooling, in American literature, nationalities become white when a certain group needs either labor or votes, often both. Racism is bound to capitalism. You better wake up and figure this out.